Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ellis Michael Podcast. And they're back. And we're back again for the first time. We are going to talk about things that are on our mind and things that what's been going on in the community and think about TV shows that are doing away with cops. So let's get into the weather real quick. I just want to say, comment, like, share. Um, will you please leave?
No, I don't like them. I don't like them. I can't stand it when it fogs my glasses up.
We can't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, we are trying. Marseille's in the building! Yay! Forget everybody else. Hey!
Sorry.
Every time. I knew he was gonna do that. I knew he was gonna do that.
Please don't do it again. Well, we have some topics to talk about. Lisa, stand up. See that shirt? No justice, no peace. There's no justice until those cops get charged with murder, and they should. A white person should. A black person should sit on a cop's head and do that, I think. Can't see you. There's no justice and no peace. Everybody has their mistrust feelings about what has happened, but people are trying to get past that and move forward. So, we have any topics anybody want to talk about?
Oh, I heard in the news that some dude, two dudes killed a black cop that started the war at the ranch where the copper beans happened.
Where?
I forgot the word that. It's in the news that some white person dude killed a black cop. Called people to get after cops and try to kill them and stuff.
Wow.
Like
Paw Patrol, if any kid or whoever kid watches Paw Patrol, you won't see a cop on there anymore. You'll just see a guy named Earl. And I'm sorry, it's a kid's show. You shouldn't have got rid of the cop. Well, you're going to lose a lot of fans.
Yeah, because
the cop didn't kill anybody. He just did what he was supposed to do. And it was a dog. So you're calling, it looks like that since you changed it, you're calling it racist? I don't know. Rick, Daniel. Anyhow, we are in Perry Heights. We are live here from Ellis Michael. It is 77 degrees outside, and it really feels like 87. It's hot.
yes, this.
Yeah.
Flea market Hartville was not open today. Okay. Anyhow, I hate these masks. I can't breathe.
I can't breathe.
Listen, you want to join us? Get over here and join us.
Sure, I'll do it.
Mm-hmm. You have to have a mask on.
Hold on.
We might have to reverse this thing all over. Okay, do you have anything you want to say?
I just want to say that all the people who have been doing a pretty peaceful protest, I thank you for that. The people that's been rioting, well, okay. Some people say that the Tree of Liberty requires violence and bloodshed in order for people to stay free. But however you want to perceive these current alarming events is totally up to you. But if you want to know how I perceive it that cops aren't doing their jobs right. You make an arrest, you're supposed to put your knees on the guy's back, not their neck. If you dig your knees into someone's neck, that can kill them.
Right.
And I assume what happened is that George Floyd was yelled too loud, "I can't breathe." He spoke probably too clearly for them to believe that he couldn't breathe. Therefore, they thought that he was just playing funny. So,
He wasn't, because if you watch the video and you watch the cop, you can hear George Floyd saying, "I can't breathe." You can hear it plain as day.
Yes.
So for the cop not doing his job, the other cops that were there that was doing the same thing, the cops all need charge. There's no justice, no peace. How was that justice? It could have been anybody's relative on that ground. He's begging for his life. Now you tell me, how is that justice for that family member? His daughter is without a dad, and his mother is without a son. So you tell me, how fair is that?
that's not fair at all. But the thing is that you can hear, like usually when you want to tell a cop that you can't breathe, like
Yeah.
you can't be speaking too loud. Like if you speak too loud, then the cops might think you're trying to play funny.
He wasn't playing funny.
I know he wasn't playing funny, but the cops mistaken it.
Yeah. The cops knew what they were doing. This is not the first time this happened with
Yes.
this. This cop's been in trouble several times, and they just brushed it under the rug like they do everything else. How is that? There's no justice because he was married, or whatever. I think he was married. He left behind a wife, his daughter. His daughter came on Good Morning America and said, "My daddy's changing the world," which he is. Everybody's just trying to get their point across. Your context is, please wait while we. Okay.
What'd they say?
Something about our context was something. Someone's trying to take us off again.
Why would they try to take us off?
Brittany.
Hold
Okay.
on.
Well, I don't know much about this incident. I mean,
But happened again, I'll let you know. I watched it. I've heard about it. People are protesting. That it's their opinion to protest. It's not, and I don't know who told you it's a peaceful protest.
some places it's peaceful and other places it's not.
Yeah, there's been people walking on the expressway. My good friend was down there, and he asked me not to mention his name, and I'm not. He was down there, and they asked him to go on the expressway with them. He said, "No, I am not walking on the expressway." So what he did is he went back downtown, and he was protesting with some other friends of his, and he got a phone call from his mom saying that you need to come home. So he went home, and where his brother was at, he was in a different state. His brother was at, he wasn't even at the protest. His brother was shot in the arm by a police officer, I guess, wherever he was at. I don't know, but he was shot in the arm. Yeah, he was shot in the arm, and so his mom flew where he was at, and when she got there, he looked at his mom. "Why are you here? Why are you here?" He said, "I was just walking downtown, and I wasn't even a part of the protest. I was taking my son to his karate class, And next thing you know, I heard boom, 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 and they shot me in the arm. But Mom, why are you here? She said, because, honey bunny, we're about ready to get money from the state, and we're about ready to sue the police officers who did that because everything was on camera. And she said, how is that just? She says, you have to get just, what? Who?
Hey Joe, what's going on?
If you have something to say, you should be in the podcast. Anyhow, she said that she says, we're going to get justice. She says, justice, he said, justice has to be begun because for that to happen, it can happen to anybody. And look at George Floyd.
Yeah.
He died from a cop that was, that's been in the force, he's had accidents and he's had accidents he has been dealt with and they just flip it under the rug. Oh, it's okay. He's doing his job right. But push it under and look what happened. A black person's dead because PD kept a guy on the stroll for what's been going on. And I don't think it's right and I don't
Yeah, because he was already handcuffed when.
Yeah, he was already handcuffed.
Yeah, so why did that cop had to put the knee on the neck when he was already in handcuffs? That's stupid.
And now they're changing all these stuff. They're changing all this stuff. They're taking away cops. They're doing.
Oh, yeah.
If Law and Order gets taken off the air, I like Law and Order Respect of Victim Unit.
Me too.
So, and they're taking all this stuff out of control.
Okay, but get this.
Even a child show that they're taking way out of proportion.
But get this. It's not only black people getting killed by cops. It's whites, it's Hispanics, Chinese people, it's everyone.
But this ain't the first time this happened. It doesn't just take. It's not just George Floyd. There was another person. That it was a white girl. She was killed by a black girl. She was killed by a cop in her own house. There's been all these people getting shot by cops. I bet you if you went to Stark County Jail right now, if we took a tour in there, how many people, raise your hand, how many people you think would see more black people than white people?
I'd probably see more black people.
I don't know if you can see that.
You don't have to. Because there's probably more people in there for stupid stuff than white people. White people, white people, sometimes it depends if the cop is racist or whatever. They put them in there and they send them to life or they send them a couple of years, but I just think the whole thing's stupid. It's not just black, all lives matter. All of our lives matter.
I agree with that.
So,
Yeah, most people are in there that didn't do a crime.
yeah. And I just think it's horrible. Like we're going to get off this topic because for hopefully. But has anybody found the case of Chad and Lori Daybell? You guys remember that case? About the missing children that's been missing since past September? And they found child remains on Daybell's property. And he was part of a cult. He was part of a person that, he wrote a lot of books and he just dedicated, and he brainwashed his new wife into saying something was wrong with the children. So they don't know how it happened or what happened, but
so it was like a satanic cult or something like that?
That's gross.
Yeah. So Chad Daybell was charged of having bodies on his property. And Lori Daybell is charged is charged with,
First degree murder.
no, she's charged with, abandonment, child abandonment. See if this works.
How about child endangerment too?
That too, so
Good.
they're in,
Piece of shit.
Yeah, but like, how would they be charged with child endangerment if the kid just got snatched up?
kid didn't get just snatched up. The kid got, the kid had, JJ had, he was autistic, I think.
Okay.
And the other girl, AJ, I believe 8, Kylie was 17. They were last seen September. Grandparents, JJ's grandparents called and they did a welfare check and they realized the kids wasn't there. And so, so it took, like, they took precautions. The police took precautionary what to charge her with. So it's an ongoing investigation. It's Lori and Chad Daybell. He's an author. Like, he believes in spirits and stuff like that. And they're trying to say is that he provoked the girl, Chad, and Lori. He provoked Lori into killing her kids because there was something wrong. Like, they were possessed with demons and stuff. And so what the cop,
Fuck.
yeah, so what they finally did was they finally said, hey, let's go check his property. So they searched a warrant out for his arrest. No, they searched a warrant and they found kids or like humans remains, and the police were saying they don't know if it's if it's theirs or not. The grandparents are saying it's them. So until an autopsy is revealed and everything, that's when we'll find out if it's them. But right now, that's just what the grandparents are saying, and the grandparents are asking for their privacy at this time to let them grieve. And there's been candle visions and everything, and it's just that they want. I mean, everybody needs to show them respect and give them their privacy to grieve. Yes, Lisa.
Why didn't CPS step in before this? Did
Yeah.
ongoing investigation.
They did step in September because they did a welfare check.
Yeah, but they should have done it
I know.
when the kids were alive, seeing how they were being treated. Because that's what they would do for a person like me.
Yeah, but what's his name?
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
But this person that killed his children, like, what was his
His
name?
stepchildren.
His stepchildren?
Chad Daybell.
Did Chad Daybell, did he snatch up these children or did
No, there was a stepchildren because he married their mother. Which, yes. Oh, so you do watch the story.
Yeah.
I didn't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, at the beginning
You
of
know what I'm talking about then? He knows what I'm talking about.
At the beginning of the story, I was under the impression that there was like some kid snatcher or something.
No, he is, he buried their mom in, Hawaii. While the kids were missing, she was taking trips with her new husband, and they got married in Hawaii, and it shows pictures of them, her going, oh, like him with the little, and her husband died. Her husband was killed by her brother, and that's an ongoing investigation too. They're trying to figure out why her brother was killed by her husband. And then her husband died, and then now her brother is dead. And then Chad Daybell had a wife, and she died unexpectedly, so they're doing an autopsy to see why she died. So basically, they're just trying to see who killed these people. Why did they kill these people? What was their motive? What made them do it?
Sounds like the family is a very abusive, very negative, very
It's not
disgusting
abusive. I think
family.
they're just getting caught up in Chad Daybell's bull crap. I think they just want to believe that, hey, this is what happened and this is what the kids were. Because when I've watched videos, home videos, and everything like that, They were fine. Hi, Jody. Everybody say hi to Jody in Florida because he's probably
Hi,
watching.
Jody.
Hi, Jody.
Oh, hi. He's probably on the beach, and he's probably has all his brown stuff on. And anybody comes around him, he's probably saying, "Go Browns! Go Browns!"
Yep.
Damn Steeler fan. We
Yeah, but here's the thing.
cover your mouth.
Yeah, but
Oh,
here,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, but here's the thing. Like when this wife had when his wife had his brother, his wife had his brother get killed. Isn't that what happened?
No, his wife and him got into it. Her first husband, they got into an altercation. I guess her brother killed her ex-husband, and now they're trying to figure out what killed him. What did because there was no marks on him, and now Lori Daybell's brother has passed away as well. So they're trying to put the two, what happened really, and then Chad Daybell's wife passed away recently of other causes. So they're trying to figure out who killed who and why. So it's it's like a cult.
Spirit.
Yeah, it's a cult. Here at Ellis Michael podcast, we are not racist. We like everybody just the way they are.
Exactly.
So, anyhow, we're going camping. I'm not going. 26th to the 28th. It's going to be a lot of fun. Daniel. Thank you, Daniel, for your topics. We went for a walk today. It was a nice walk, and I don't know what's going on. They did it again. I don't know if it's the internet, but it keeps on coming up with the yellow thing saying that we're being flagged.
It's haters hating. Because all haters want to do is hate. But you know what?
What should I be doing?
Bitches!
What?
Green.
Haters gonna hate. We go to flea markets on Thursday. Tomorrow we'll be there, and Starbucks will be open so everybody can get their coffee. Some Fridays, Aaron's not here, but I think we're gonna sometimes go to Rogers. I don't know. It's not up to us. We sell stuff on Facebook, so check us out on Facebook Market.
Thank you. Oh, sorry about that.
And we go have some fun. So one day maybe we can go to the Hall of Fame and see what goes on there. Yeah, it'll be lots of fun. We go on activities. We try to do good girls trips, but that haven't happened because. So, 4th of July is coming up. 4th of July. What is that? Okay. They should respect people because when they got to work the next morning, especially when people have babies.
Yeah.
or dogs. My dogs are petrified of them. And I have an announcement to make. Me and Richard, we are not expecting, but we are getting a baby piglet.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know when he's getting it, but he came in my room the other night, and I was playing I usually go lay down like between 7:30, 8 o'clock, watch TV, watch a movie, and watch other things. And the other night, he came in my room. He says, "Can I borrow your phone?" And I said, "Sure, go ahead." And he says, "You don't need to know what I'm doing." Okay, sure. And so he said that that he was going to be. He said he's purchasing a baby piglet, so we're going to be getting that soon. Other breaking news: Aunt Jemima. It's a syrup. The
I
syrup.
remember.
The syrup. And now they're calling it racist, and they are taking it down. Aunt Jemima is being taken down. They're going to remove, so there might be a new name. So I grew up with the Jemima pancake syrup.
I grew up with Aunt Jemima's pancake syrup too. They need to leave it alone.
Yeah, it says Aunt Jemima.
It's stupid.
I am right now. Huh?
The reason behind why they're taking.
I know. Oh, sorry. It says Aunt Jemima remix.
Hey, is it okay if I bring my mic?
Black and white corn and white flour. That's racist. I'm not trying to be mean. She knows I love her to death. But I called my best friend Aunt Jemima. I said, "What's up?" Because she wears these. Well, she'll kill me later. But anyhow, my best friend. If everybody knows me, they know her as well. Her name is blank, and her last name's blank. But anyhow, they know I love her to death, and we always kid with her. We always joke, and she takes it jokingly because she knows we're playing around. Now, when she tells me that, hey, you're hitting below the belt, that's when she checks me and tells me to knock off. But she knows we play out of love. Like, okay, I never understood it. I went to church with her one day. I was the only white girl in that church. And why do black people have hats? When you go to church, they wear the fluffy hats. What's so special about those fluffy hats? And when she goes to bed, I call her Harriet Tubman because when she goes to bed, she has to have this thing on her head. And I said, so we're back in the day now. You have to. I said, I know your nickname now. She says, what's my nickname? I said, Harriet Tubman. She says, ah. She puts her hand on her hip and she did. And anyhow, she gets so mad. But we went on a train ride to, it was a historical place. Me and her went. And it wears the slaves went underground out to be free. We went there one time. And it was a nice ride to take the train. The train came, we went. And I can't think of the place where we went to, but we went downtown. We were there. It was a historical place. It was nice. It's where history was, and I know some people like history in this building. Mm-hmm. And so we went there and we visited all the churches and stuff. And it goes there's a lady. She opens her house, and she will show you when back in the day. Where slaves used to go underground and walk out. She still has it open, and she's not, because she thinks she said she's not racist, she's not nothing, but she thought it was very cool that, you know, they did that. And she says some nights when she's by herself, she hears chains rattling downstairs. So yeah, and then there was a museum me and my husband went to, and we were taking pictures, like pictures, and it was a historical place, and I took a picture, and I took it home. I took the picture home, and in the picture, you can see a guy's face, a ghost of a guy's face in there. I got the picture at home. I'll bring it tomorrow. I mean, it's very historical, and it's very, you know, it talks about freedom and stuff. It's got there's a place there, we go, where the presidents are. It's got George Washington. It's the real thing. They kept George Washington freeing the slaves and stuff. I mean, if you're into history, and I can't think of the name, if you're into history, go there. If not, oh well, look it up on the internet. But if you like I like ghost stories. I like seeing spirits.
Oh yeah, me too.
That doesn't bother me.
Do you know that spirits are actually real?
Okay, if you're not going to
We
join in
know
this
that.
podcast, please stay over there and mind your P's and Q's.
Sorry.
Spirits are actually dead people.
Huh?
Spirits are actually dead people.
Yeah, but sometimes, like, they come back from beyond the grave for justice, and sometimes they come behind the grave because they're not at rest. Like, when my grandma died in 2008, you know, is your grandma passed?
Yeah.
Your grandma passed?
My other one is my mom's mom is, but my dad's mom's still alive.
Okay. Anyhow, my grandpa died when before I was born, and my sister got to witness, you know, be a witness to my grandpa. I'd give anything to have my grandpa back and just let him know that I'm here. Anyhow, my sister was very sick. And I mean, she was almost going to be dead. And my mom was taking precautions, and my mom walked into the room, was taking care of Casey, and all suddenly she walked in the room and she looked in the chair, and my grandpa was holding my sister. And my dad walked in, and my dad freaked out and says, "Who in the heck is holding my daughter in your chair?" And she said, "That's my dad." And so my mom pulled up a chair next to him, and she said, "Dad," she says, "I know you love her. I love her too. And you just can't, if you're trying to take her so she can join you, that's my job to raise her. She's going to do great things. You just watch out and see." And he says, "I know, but I feel more comfortable me being with her."
Mhm.
And she said, "You'll always be here. You'll always be a part of her life." So one day, my mom took the baby from my spirit grandpa and laid my sister down in the crib. The next thing you know, her fever's gone and she's feeling a lot better. So
Wow.
it was yeah, it was my dad. It was my grandpa saying
Wow.
that, okay, she can't be with me, so I'll leave her here. But when her time comes, she's coming with me. So, and then when my grandma died in 08, 1998, we went to her. I cleaned out her room because I knew where everything was at. If anybody has a grandma, they hide stuff. So I went to her room, and I'm in her closet, like this big thing. And there was a secret passageway. So I go in there, and I drop down, and I'm thinking, what the heck, I'm stuck. But I wasn't stuck. I was in another part of the room that you never knew about, and there was money. There was we found a lot of money, and I was like, "Ooh, good, Grandma was rich." And my mom says she said she knew about the room, and she says, "No, your grandma wasn't rich. She just liked to save money. My grandma hid a lot of money for us." So if anybody's grandma likes to save money, it's me. We found money in dishwasher. She kept a big purse. And a couple of years ago, when my dad was still alive, I was in his bedroom because I was in my mom and dad's bedroom, and the purses were like hung up. And so I'm sitting there on the bed, and I'm staring at my grandma's picture, and it looked like she was trying to tell me something. So I went over there, and I was like going through her purses, and she still had her makeup and I mean, all the stuff the old people. Anyhow, I came on this envelope. This was like a couple years ago when my dad died, and I said, oh, I said, here's an envelope. $75 were left in an envelope, and it was never been opened, and it had $75. So what I ran in and I told my parents it was my mom's mom, and I told them, I said, this is what we found, and she said, okay, thank you. And my mom's like, I told my mom, you give me the money, and she says, let me talk to dad. So she talked to dad about it. Dad's like, that person's been behind my door forever since 1998. You should give some of that money to Carrie. So I got most of the money, and then the others got whatever they wanted. But it goes to show you spirits that are loved around you and that meant the more to you, they're watching. And they're looking out after you. So I appreciate everything that my grandparents left behind. I don't know, there is a big old cake out there, and I used to play dress up. I found my grandpa's old army stuff, and it was really cool. And the flag when he died, we still have that. So I'm just telling everybody, get to know if you like history, go to ancestors.com because you learn a lot about your ancestors. It may be cost, but it's just showing your roots, where you came from, and who